Drew Carey cracks up. Yoga teachers' wild celebrations take over the Price is Right stage. The Price is Right is a show defined by excitement, but even seasoned host Drew Carey was left in stitches by the sheer, unbridled energy of a recent contestant. When yoga teacher Gavin stepped onto the stage, he didn't just play the game, he delivered an unforgettable performance, transforming the usually orderly set into his personal studio with a series of wild celebrations that were as athletic as they were hilarious. Gavin's contagious enthusiasm and extreme physical reactions to both winning and losing left Carey cracking up and instantly went viral, proving that the magic of The Price is Right often lies not in the prizes, but in the people. A high-octane introduction. The moment Gavin was called down from the audience, his energy was palpable. Dressed in a bright, casual shirt, he bounded down the aisle with an agility that clearly betrayed his profession. As he took his place at contestants' row, he didn't just clap, he executed small, celebratory jumps and dramatic hand gestures, immediately signaling that this wasn't going to be a typical episode. His profession, a yoga teacher, became the perfect lens through which to view his reactions. Used to controlling his breath and body in complex poses, Gavin seemed to channel that deep physical awareness into spontaneous, high-energy bursts of joy. His bids themselves were delivered with dramatic flair, accompanied by intense eye contact and expressive nods. The celebrations that broke Drew Carey. The true spectacle began when Gavin successfully won his way onto the main stage. The moment his winning bid was announced, he erupted. Instead of a simple fist pump, Gavin launched into a series of dynamic, athletic moves that stunned and delighted the crowd. The full body collapse. After winning a particularly close bid, Gavin didn't just cheer. He dropped into a complete exaggerated face-down flop on the stage carpet, only to spring back up instantly with an ear-to-ear grin. The yoga warrior jumps. Before his pricing game, he incorporated movements that looked suspiciously like a high-intensity transition between yoga poses, including powerful side lunges and deep grounded squats interspersed with joyful leaps. The inflatable dance. While playing a game involving an inflatable prize, perhaps a hot tub or a boat, his victory dance was a theatrical mime where he pretended to be wrestling the massive prize, concluding with a triumphant goddess pose victory stance. Drew Carey's reaction became almost as entertaining as Gavin's antics. In several instances, the host was forced to pause the show because he was genuinely doubled over in laughter. Carey, known for his laid-back and dry wit, visibly struggled to maintain his composure, often having to place his microphone to muffle his explosive laughter. "I don't think I've seen that much movement on this stage since Richard Simmons visited in the 80s, Carey quipped after one particularly complex celebratory contortion. The lesson of unbridled joy. Gavin's biggest wins came not just in the prizes he accumulated, but in the sheer entertainment he provided. He played 3 pricing games, and his reactions were consistent. They were extreme, genuine, and utterly non-stop. Even when he missed a bid, his reaction wasn't despair. It was a quick theatrical shake-off, a gesture of embracing the moment and immediately refocusing his positive energy. His performance offered a refreshing contrast to the often staged or reserved excitement seen on game shows. As a yoga instructor, Gavin's philosophy of being present and channeling energy seemed to spill directly onto the TV screen. His celebrations were less about showing off and more about a complete physical release of emotion. He showed everyone in the studio and watching at home that it's not only okay, but necessary to experience pure, uncomplicated joy in the face of a win. The epic Showcase Showdown. Gavin eventually made it to the Showcase Showdown, the ultimate test of pricing prowess. His look continued and he secured a spot in the final round. His final bid on the showcase was delivered after a long, meditative breath, a quiet moment that was perhaps the most yoga-like moment of his entire appearance. He walked away with an impressive array of prizes, but the most enduring prize he won was the memory of his performance. His viral episode became a feel-good moment across social media, with clips of his wild celebrations racking up millions of views and solidifying him as one of the most memorable contestants in recent The Price is Right history. The yoga teacher brought light, laughter, and a surprising amount of athleticism to a classic game show, and in the process reminded everyone that sometimes the best part of winning is the sheer joy of the dance.